अकाउंट्स के कुछ मल्टीपल चॉइस क्वेश्चन देखने वाले हैं, तो चलिए स्टार्ट करते हैं। क्वेश्चन है, आउट ऑफ द फॉलोइंग विच इज द ऑब्जेक्टिव ऑफ जीएसटी? डेवलपिंग कॉमन नेशनल मार्केट बाय हैविंग वन इनडायरेक्ट टैक्स, ease of doing business, simplifying companies of indirect taxes, all of the above.
The option is option D. तो अब हम बढ़ते हैं 107 क्वेश्चन पे.
On intrastate example, within the state purchase of goods, which of the following GST is levied? Answer is option B, CGST and SGST. On interstate, outside the state purchase of goods, which of the following GST is levied?
ऑप्शन ए है IGST, ऑप्शन बी है IGST एंड CGST, ऑप्शन सी इज CGST एंड IGST, और ऑप्शन डी इज नन ऑफ द अबव. द आंसर इज ऑप्शन ए, IGST.
Out credit of GST paid directly into government account under reserve charge is not allowed. Options are not allowed, allowed, may or may not be allowed, D none of the above. Answer is B, allowed.
Which of the following will not require adjustment in cash book balance? Option A, check issued but not presented for payment. Option B, check deposited but not cleared. Option C is check wrongly credited by bank. Option D is all of the above. The answer is the, uh, the answer is option A.
Which of the following will not require adjustment in the cash book balance? Check issued but not presented for payment, check deposited but not cleared, check wrongly credited by bank, all of the above. Answer is D, all of the above.
Question number 112. A check of 5,000 received from a debtor recorded in the cash book but omitted to be banked when balance as per cash book is the starting point. The option A is rupees 5,000 to be added. Option B is rupees 5,000 to be subtracted. Option C is no adjustment is required. Option D is none of this. The answer of this question is option B.
A check of 10,000 received from a debtor, deposited but omitted to be recorded in the cash book, when balance as per cash book is the starting point. Option A, 10,000 to be added. Option B, 10,000 to be subtracted. C, no adjustment is required. D, none of this. Answer is A, rupees 10,000 to be added.
A check of rupees 1,120 received from a debtor recorded twice in the cash book. When balance as per cash book is the starting point, the options are option A 1,100 to be added, 1,120 to be subtracted, no adjustment is required. Option D is none of this. The answer of this question is option B 1,120 to be subtracted.
A check received from a debtor for rupees 1023 recorded as 1032 in the cash column in the cash book when the balance as per cash book is the starting point. Rupees 1023 to be added, rupees 1030 to be added, rupees 9 to be subtracted, rupees 1023 to be subtracted. Answer is option C, rupees 9 to be subtracted.
The next question is a check of 3,500 issued and recorded in the cash book but was not sent to a creditor. When balance as per cash book is the starting point, the options are A 3,500 to be added, option B 3,500 to be subtracted, option C no adjustments is required, option D is none of this. The answer of the question is option A 3,500 to be added.
Payment side of the cash book bank column was undercast by rupees 10,000 when the balance as per cash book is the starting point. Rupees 10,000 to be edited, rupees 10,000 to be subtracted. No adjustment is required. D none of these. Answer is B. 10,000 to be subtracted.
The next question is the receipt side of the cash book bank column was overcast by 5,000 when the balance as per cash book is the starting point. The options are rupees 5,000 to be added, rupees 5,000 to be subtracted, no adjustment is required, none of this. The answer of this question is option B, 5,000 to be subtracted.
Withdrawal column of the passbook showed a wrong entry of rupees 1200 when the book is the starting point. Rupees 12,000 to be edited, rupees 1200 to be subtracted, no adjustment is required. None of this. Answer is B. Rupees 1200 to be subtracted.
The next question is a check of 2,345 issued was recorded in deposit column as rupees 2,435 to a certain cash book. The options are option A 2,345 should be added to the balance as per cash book. Option B is 2,435 should be subtracted from the balance as per cash book. Option C is 4,780 should be subtracted from the balance as per cash book. Option D is rupee 10 should be added to the balance as per cash book. The answer of this question is option C. The 4,780 should be subtracted from the balance as per cash book.
Next question. Cashbook showed bank overdraft of rupees 3,000, but the passbook made up on the same date showed that checks of rupees 200, rupees 100, and rupees 250 respectively had not been presented for payment, and the checks of rupees 800 paid into account had not been cleared. The balance as per the cashbook will be rupees 2,200, 4,350, 3,250, 2,750. The answer is option C.
Next question is an assets account shows a option A credit balance, option B debit balance, option C debit or credit balance, option D none of this. The answer of this question is option B credit debit balance.
Preparation of trial balance is compulsory or optional. D none of these. B optional.
The next question is trial balance shows option A only credit balance, option B only debit balance, option C both debit and credit balance, option D either debit or credit balance. The answer is of the question is option C both debit and credit balances.
Trial balance is prepared before journal is written, after journal is written, after journal is posted into ledger accounts, after financial statements have been prepared. The answer is answer C. After journal is posted into ledger accounts.
The next question is trial balance can be prepared option A at any time of the year, option B at the end of the year, option C in the beginning of the year, option D none of these. The answer of the question is option A at any time of the year.
If trial balance matches, it means arithmetic accuracy. B books are accurate. C both A and B. D none of these. Answer is option A. Arithmetical accuracy.
The next question is trial balance is prepared from the balances taken from option A day books, option B journal, option C balance sheet, option D ledger account. The answer of the question is option D ledger account.
Discount received has debit balance, credit balance, both A and B. D none of these. Answer of the question is option B. Credit balance.
Next question. If closing stock appears in the trial balance, it means option A purchase are adjusted against opening and closing stock. Option B purchase are adjusted against closing stock. Option C both A and B. Option D none of the above. The answer of the question is option A purchase are adjusted against opening and closing stocks.
Trial balance is prepared from ledger and journal book, ledger and cash book. None of these. Answer of the question is Option C. Ledger and cash book.
The next question is depreciation arise because of option A wear and tear, option B inflation, option C fall in the value of the assets, option D none of this. The answer of the question is option A wear and tear.
The diminishing value method means a method by which rate of depreciation falls year by year. The amount on which depreciation is calculated falls year by year. Rate as well as amounts to which it is applied fall year by year. D. None of the above. Answer of the question is option B. The amount on which depreciation is calculated falls year by year.
The next question is straight line method of depreciation is that method under which option A depreciation is charged at a fixed percentage on the book value of the asset. Option B depreciation is charged at a fixed percentage on the original cost of the asset. Option C depreciation is charged on the original cost of assets but the depreciation rate changes. Option D none of these. The answer of the question is option B depreciation is charged at a fixed percentage on the original cost of assets.
The amount of depreciation charged on machinery is debited to depreciation account, machinery account, provision for depreciation account. None of this. Answer of the question is A. Depreciation account.
The next question is a machinery with cost 2 lakh is depreciated at 25% per year using the written down value method. At the end of these 3 years, it will have a new net book value of option A 1,50,000, option B 84,375, option C is 1,12,500, option D is 1 lakh. The answer of the question is option B 84,375.
Depletion method is adopted in the case of wasting assets like mines and quarries, land and building, goodwill, plant and machinery. The answer of the question is option A. Wasting assets like mines and quarries.
The next question is the journal entry to recorded a gain profit on the sale of fixed assets is if asset disposal account is not maintained debit. So the options are option A fixed assets account, option B bank account, option C profit and loss account credit, and the options are a profit and loss account, option B profit and loss account, option C fixed account assets account. The answer of the option A is option A.
Charging depreciation is compulsory, voluntary, dependent on the condition of asset. None of these. Compulsory.
The next question is depreciation is A option A reserve, option B provision, option C both A and B, option D none of this. Answer of the question is option B provisions.
Depreciation is not provided on machinery, building, computers, land. And the answer is option D. Land.
The next question is depreciation is option A revenue expenditure, option B capital expenditure, option C deferred revenue expenditure, option D none of this. The answer of the question is option A revenue expenditure.
Reserves arising from capital receipts are capital reserve, reserve point, general reserve. D none of this. The correct answer is option A. Capital reserve.
The next question is reserves option A are part of proprietor's equity, are not part of proprietor's equity, are liabilities of the firm, option D none of this. The answer of the question is option A are part of the proprietor's equity.
Provisions are liabilities with non-account, liabilities with estimated account, both A and B. D none of this. Answer of the question is option B. Liabilities with estimated account.
The next question is provision is an appropriate out of profit, a change against the profit, Option C, both A and B. Option D is none of this. The answer of the question is option B, a change against the profit.
If amount of any known liability is not known, it is accounted in the books of accounts as a liability, a provision, a reserve. None of these. Answer of the question is option B, a provision.
The next question is amount of any known liability is known as it is accounted in the books of account as a liability, a provision, a reserve, none of this. The answer of the question is option A, a liability.
A bill of exchange is renewed generally at the request of the drawer, bank, drawee, any of these. The correct answer of the question is option C, drawee.
The next question is if Rams accepted which was endorsed in favor of Salim in dishonored, then the amount will be debited to option A Salim, option B Ram, option C bill receivable account, option D any of this. The answer is option B Ram.
A bill drawn for 3 months on 5th April 2019 will mature for payment on 5th July 2019, 8th July 2019, 8th 9th July 2019, 10th August 2019. The correct answer of the question is option B, 8th July 2019.
The next question is a bill drawn for 4 months on 8th May 2018 will mature for payment on option A 8 September 2018, option B 13 September 2018, option 11 September 2018, option D 8 August 2018. The answer is option C 11 September 2018.
The rebate on a bill shows that the bill has been paid before the date of maturity, has been paid after the date of maturity, has been dishonored. D. None of this. The correct answer of the question is option A. Has been paid before the date of maturity.
The next question is bill receivable account is an assets account, an expenses account, a liability account, an income account. The answer is option A, an assets account.
Bill payable account is an asset account, an expense account, a liability account, an income account. The correct answer of the question is C. A liability account.
The next question is discounting charges are paid. Option A by the drawers, by the drawee, shared equally by the drawer and drawee. Option D is none of this. The answer of the question is option A by the drawer.
A bill of rupees 2 lakh drawn on 7 January 2019 due for payment on 10th April 2019 is discontinued with bank on 10th February 2019 at 12% p.m. The amount of discounting charge is option A rupees 4,800, rupees 4,000, 48,000, 8,000. The correct answer of the question is option B, 4,000.
The next question is under which circumstances drawer and payee is same person? Option A when drawer discounted the bill with banker. Option B when drawer endorses the bill to the third party. Option C is when drawer holds the bill till maturity. Option D is when drawer rejects to accept the bill. The answer is option C when drawers hold the bill till maturity.
Next question is rupees 2,000 paid as wages for installing a machine should be debited to option A wages account, option B machinery account, option C capital account, option D any of these. The correct answer of the question is option B machinery account.
The next question is one purchase of old furniture. The amount of 1000 spent on its repair should be debited to option A repairs account, option B furniture account, option C cash account, option D any of this. The answer of the question is option B furniture account.
Goods of rupees 500 given as charity should be credited to option A charity account, option B sales of account, option C purchases account, option D, any of these. The correct answer of the question is option C, purchase account.
The next question is goods of 1000 taken by the proprietor for personal use you should be credited to option A sales account, option B proprietor's personal expenses account, option D purchases account, option D drawings account. The answer is option C purchase account.
Next question is errors of complete omission permit. Option A, correct totaling of the balance sheet. Option B, correct totaling of the trial balance. Option C, the trial balance to agree. Option D, none of this. The correct answer of the question is option C, the trial balance to agree.
The next question is the preparation of a trial balance helps in option A preparation of balance sheet, option B correct totaling of the trial balance, option C locating errors of principal, option D none of this. And the answer of the last question is option A preparation of balance sheet.
Thank you.